Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time and I have good reason. I recently moved. I thought I would just come on here and update you guys on what's been going on. My name on the channel states I'm Bayareaknitter, but I'm no longer in the Bay Area. Guess where I moved to, guys? I am in the Las Vegas Valley. Yeah, guys, I decided I was gonna pack up and leave California. My son is off to college and I'm now an empty nester. My daughter, well, she's on her second year of college now. So I decided to sell my townhouse, and it's been a wild journey, guys. For the last 4 months, I've actually been living in an RV and finally found a house that I am in love with, so here I am. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I thought I would share this little hat that I made recently. I actually designed this hat. I had received a submission call from Noro, and so I had submitted this. This is with Noro Silk Garden, but unfortunately my design was not chosen, so I may end up self-publishing this on Ravelry. I used 2 different skeins of Noro for this and alternated them so that you would get more of a striping instead of the gradual fade that the colors normally do. But I still need to weave in my ends. I'm really bad about that. But yeah, so there's that. And I actually designed this while I was in the RV, in an RV park here in Henderson, Nevada. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you would like, I'll get the pattern up on Ravelry for that. I may call this one RV Life because I was in the RV when I designed it. So let's see, what else do I have to show you guys? Recently, I'm sure you guys have heard about the emotional support chicken. I am on my 3rd one because I knitted one for my son and I've already sent it to him in San Diego. And then I just knit this one for my daughter. Look at it, isn't it cute? These chickens are so adorable. You can find the pattern for these on Ravelry. These were a pattern by the Knitting Tree LA. And so you can find the pattern on their Ravelry account, or if you go to their website, and that's just theknittingtreela.com. But these are so much fun to knit. My daughter wanted a brown one, so she's got browns in hers, and she wanted, I don't know if you can see, she wanted 2 different colored eyes. So this eye is brown and this eye is green. So she's got a chicken with 2 different colored eyes. So once I get around to knitting my chicken, I'm going to use the other colors that weren't used on this one. So I guess my chicken will also have a brown eye and a green eye. My son wanted a blue one, so I don't have his to show because I've already mailed it off. But now I'm working on my niece's, and she wanted white, gray, and blue. So I've got the little tail feathers done and the first stripe, and I've started on the body. Actually, I've got this part of the body done, so I'm ready to move on to the chicken breast, which will be next. So yeah, and you know guys, I'm just using acrylic yarn for these right now because it's nice and washable for the kids. They're not really kids anymore, are they? They're in college. But but my niece, she's a teenager, so, and she wanted white, so it'll be a good thing that it's washable, I believe. What else was I gonna show you? Let's see. I don't remember if I've shown this before, but I actually started this years ago. This is my mitered square blanket, guys. I need to continue working on this because if I don't know if I'll ever get it done in my lifetime. This is the square I'm currently working on, and I ran out of that yarn that I was using. So what happens is I'll just add on another color. And I did that on several squares. As you can see, like with this one, I started it out with a white yarn, and then I went to this variegated color, and then a yellow, and I just use whatever I have. It's a real scrappy blanket, and it gets rid of all the bits and bobs that you have laying around. I'm doing mine with the fingering weight yarn. Let me stand up and kind of give you guys a better look here at what I've got done so far. We'll start on one end and we'll just go through. Back up a little bit here. Wow. So this is actually the middle point because I made it to look like an American flag. So that's right in the middle. And yeah, anytime I have leftover sock yarn, I add to it. So that's how far we've gotten so far. And it is quite big, as you can see. Sorry for the ASMR crinkling here, but I'm going to put it back in its bag so it doesn't get dog hair on it. Chase has been shedding so bad, and I don't know if it's because of the weather change or just because of the dry air here in Nevada, but I mean, I literally brushed him out twice within the last few days and got a gob of hair. I mean, could make a wig out of it. I wonder if I could spin with it. That would be interesting. But let's see, what else can we talk about? I recently purchased a rigid heddle loom. I don't know if any of you have tried weaving before, but I have been interested in weaving for a long time. And I had one of those little Zoom looms. It's about this size, and I've made several squares with that. But you know, I really wanted to go bigger because with the Zoom loom, you either have to patch the squares together, you know, sew them together to make something, or it just gives you about the size for a little coaster. But I decided I would go ahead and splurge, as I guess it's more of a welcome home gift to myself. So I ended up getting an Ashford 32-inch rigid heddle loom. I don't know if you can see it back there, right there in the corner. Don't mind the mess because, like I said, I'm still moving in and still unpacking. But this is the first thing I've done on it, guys. Oh my goodness. This was so much fun. And I also used acrylic for this just because it was a practice run. So I warped it with this real spring-like colors of acrylic yarn. And then for the weft, I don't know if you can see this color, if the color's coming through, but it's like a really dark purple. It's sort of an eggplant color. But I did the weft in the purple, and I love how it sort of did a plaid, almost like a plaid. There is a definite striping going on, but it also has a little bit of a plaid look to it. So we'll just go through the whole length here. When I warped it, I actually warped it at about 79 inches. So it is pretty long, and I still need to wash it. Once I wash it, it'll actually pull the fibers together a little more, make it a little tighter, probably shrink up a little bit. But this is what it looked like straight off the loom. So let me know down in the comments if any of you guys have ever tried weaving before, like with a rigid heddle or anything else, because I can see how this is going to become quite addicting. And it's long enough that you can sort of wear it like this. Almost like a little cowl. Yeah. Or just, you know, wrap it around. Let's see, how would we do that? Just throw it over like that. It's still pretty stiff just because, like I said, I haven't washed it yet. But yeah. And what else? So today, let me get a little closer. I feel like I'm yelling at you guys because the camera's a little farther away than normal. But I actually knit a hat for my realtor. I actually knit 2 hats for my realtor, and then he came by this afternoon and did a little interview with me because he wanted to tell my story, or he wanted me to tell my story about how I left California and lived in the RV before buying this place. And I was really nervous at first, guys, you know, because I'm already like, just talking to you guys on camera, it's a little stressful. I mean, I'm just staring at the screen, trying not to stare at the screen. I'm trying to stare right at the viewfinder over there. But I keep finding myself looking at the camera, and then it looks like I'm looking away. So, but that said, the interview with my realtor went really good today. Even though I was nervous in the beginning, we sat there and just kind of chit-chatted. And you know, if that interview, once the interview comes out, I will link it down below in case you guys are interested in watching. He did say it'll take a couple of weeks before it'll be up on his channel, but once it is, I will just link it down below. So if you go down below and look now and don't see the link, then it means he hasn't put the video out yet, because he still needs to edit it, and he said it'd probably take a couple of weeks. But once it's up, I'll link it down below in the description, so if you guys are interested, you can take a watch, take a look. But I knitted him this beanie, and I actually wrote the pattern up as I was doing it, so this is gonna be a new design that I'm gonna self-publish. I knit it twice, and I knit it in acrylic, which this one is, and I knit it in wool. And I didn't tell him which was which, but I let him choose which one he liked better, and he chose the wool. The man has good taste. He knows his fabrics. So I was just curious to see which one he'd pick, because you know, just out of curiosity. But this one is made out of acrylic, and so I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna write the pattern up. I think I'm gonna do it in some different colors before I get the pattern written up. But because black is really hard to see, especially in pictures, and that's the color he wanted, because I told him I was gonna knit him a hat, and I asked him what color would he want, and he said black. So that's what he got. So yeah, I'm gonna have to reknit it a couple times probably, but I don't know if you can see the design. There is some texture to it, but like I said, it's really hard to see in the dark color, in the black. But that will be another design as well. And I'll have my Ravelry linked down below because I do design knitting patterns. I have been for a few years now, actually. I think it's been almost a decade or longer when I think about it. Wow. I've done some designs for knitting magazines and yarn companies. And then I've also done some self-publishing as well. But yeah, that's enough about that. Let's move on to some acquisitions because I know you guys like seeing yarns. I actually visited the 2 yarn shops that we have here in the Las Vegas area. And I think those are the only 2 yarn shops we have, which is really crazy. There's one here in Henderson, which is only like, well, I shouldn't say where it is compared to my house because I don't want to give away where I live. But yes, I am in Henderson and it's not that far away. So let me get that one out first. The owner of that yarn shop actually dyes yarn as well. And the yarn shop is called City Nits. Or no. Yeah. I think it's City Nits. Her yarn is just Sin City yarn. And this is one of her colorways. I did hear from one of the employees that she doesn't do large batches. So, and I believe they said that when she dyes yarn, sometimes she doesn't duplicate it. So I don't know if she would still have any of this in stock. But if you're interested, you could reach out to them and ask. And I did hear that she tries to match as good as possible sometimes. But this one is called Wild Aces. Let's see if we can do this. So it's Wild Aces, hand dyed in Las Vegas, Sin City yarn. This one is 440 yards of fingering weight, 85% SW merino and 15% nylon. So I really like these colors, especially this like aqua teal color here. And I had to get a matching pom-pom for it. Look at that. So yeah, they had these little pom-poms as well, and I picked this one out because I thought it might look really cute with this if I made a beanie. I might have enough to do a beanie and a pair of fingerless mitts. Maybe I'll design a new design. Yeah. Anyway. What else did I get? That's all I bought at their shop. But I did visit, let's see, I did visit the local craft store. Just, you know, the big box store here. And got some of this Paton's Croy sock. This one is blue raspberry colorway. And once again, there's that aqua teal color, which I'm really liking right now. And it's got sort of an eggplant color and some navy blues in there, but I just really like that color, and I think I'm ready to try my second pair of socks. I've been knitting for so long, guys, and I've only knit one pair of socks. So I figured I would go ahead and get one of these and try it out. Maybe make some little anklet socks. So some shorties, or I'm not sure what you call them, but the ones that just come to the ankles. I think one ball of this is enough for some little shorty socks. And being here in Vegas, I don't think I'm going to need anything much longer than that because the weather is going to get hot this summer. But yeah, today is actually really comfortable. It's about 77 degrees. I think it was supposed to get up to 80. It was 80 yesterday, and tomorrow I think it might also be warmer, but then we're going to get back into the 60s again, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know it was going to be that cool in March in the Las Vegas Valley, but it actually is. It looks like I'm going to have the 4 seasons here. And then I did get one more ball of yarn recently, or I should say skein. This one is from a yarn shop in Boulder City, which is not too far from here. It's about a 30-minute drive. And this is, I think they said this is a local dyer as well. And their name's Pearls and Postulates. So this is Pearls and Postulates. Let's see what this one is. It is a 75% SW merino and 25% nylon. And this is their Harris sock, and I think the colorway is Cygnus. If you guys can see that, is it focusing on it? I don't know if it's focusing on it, but it says Cygnus is a recognizable constellation in the northern summer and autumn. Cygnus appears as a swan in the night sky. And look at these colors. And what was really cool was that they even included a little stitch marker. The yarn shop actually included the stitch marker. I don't think that was from the dyer, but the yarn shop actually included a little stitch marker, so that was cool. Because I've misplaced my stitch markers during the move, and I've been using safety pins or whatever I could find. But yeah, so these are my 2 balls of yarn, skeins of yarn that I've gotten from local dyers here in the Las Vegas Valley. I love helping and supporting indie dyers, especially local ones. But yeah. So let's see, what else did I pull out that I was going to share with you guys? I showed you my chicken, and I don't know what colors I'm going to make mine yet. I've not decided. But once I finish my niece's, I will probably make mine next. Oh, I did pull out one more item. I did not knit this. This is something that I received. Well, let me back up for a minute. As you know, I just moved, and in unpacking, I unpacked this little crocheted shawl. And guys, I've had this shawl since I was 8 or 9 years old. On my family's first trip to Mexico, we met this family that they knew we were coming, and we stayed with them. It was a visit. I can't remember what the city was, what town we went to, but anyway, this was from our first trip to Mexico, and this really kind lady actually crocheted one of these for me and my sister and gifted them to us when we got there. And I've had it ever since. I just love handmade so much because, you know, people put in a lot of love and hard work and time and effort, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, this is something I've held on to over the years and thought I would share it with you guys. I'd be interested in knowing down in the comments if you guys have anything that anybody, whoops. Oh, okay. I thought I was missing a tassel when I looked in the camera, but I think it's just kind of shifted a little bit. I might have to retie that one. But let me know down in the comments if any of you have ever received a hand knit that just was so special to you guys. And you know what? Even though she made this for me when I was like 8 or 9 years old, look at this. I could still wear it. You know those kerchief type shawls that are so popular now? Look at that. What do you think? It's like perfect, isn't it, guys? It is. I really love it. So I would still use it when the weather's cool. Of course, when I was smaller, it fit perfectly like a little shawl. Now it's a little small for a shawl, but it does make a perfect little like bandana. Cute, huh? All right, guys. I really think that's it for today. Yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see next. Okay, so I'm in my dining room right now because the rest of the house is still a mess. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna have a craft room in my spare bedroom or if I'm gonna actually store my yarn in my bedroom. I know that might sound weird to some, but my bedroom is pretty big and I've got a huge blank wall in there and there's a lot more lighting in there. So I'm thinking about maybe making half of the bedroom the craft area, the craft room, and you know, my spare bedroom could be a guest room or something. It's a little dark in there, but let me know if you guys would be interested in going along with me to IKEA, because I'm thinking I might go and look for some storage for the yarn, and we could do like a shopping video where we're looking for storage for the yarn, and we could also do a video where I set up the craft area and I could show you guys how I'm gonna do it. And I've got so much yarn, guys, oh my gosh. I don't even know how much storage or how many shelves I will need. It's gonna be a work in progress. But I think my yarn will definitely take up a whole wall. So that might be fun. That might be fun to bring you guys along on a IKEA shopping day and like a setting up my storage kind of video. That might actually end up being 2 or 3 videos. But stay tuned, guys, because I will be back soon and we'll do some more tutorials. As you know, I did a couple of tutorials previously and some vlog style videos. So let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll be back with more videos for sure and share with you guys what I'm up to. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again in the next video. Happy knitting. Bye.